Hello people, today I want to talk about ending HIV virus among humanity. I'm going to reflect to the teaching of the Holy Bible when I read Luke chapter 17 verse 20. It says, the coming of God's kingdom. Once the Pharisees asked Jesus when God's kingdom will come. He replied, the coming of God's kingdom is not something you can see just by watching for it carefully. People will not say, here it is, or there it is. God's kingdom is among you. Then Jesus spoke to his disciples. The time is coming, he said, when you will long to see one of the days of the Son of Man, but you won't see it. People will tell you, there he is, or here he is. Don't go running off after them. When the Son of Man comes, he will be like the lightning. If it flashes and lights up the sky from one end to the other. But first, the Son of Man must suffer many things. He will not be accepted by the people of today. Remember how it was in the day of Noah. It will be the same when the Son of Man comes. People were eating and drinking. They were getting married. They were giving their daughters to be married. They did all those things right up to the day Noah entered the ark. Then the flood came and destroyed them all. It was the same in the days of Lot, the cousin brother of Abraham. People were eating and drinking. They were buying and selling. They were planting and building. But on the day Lot left Sodom, fire and sulfur rained down from heaven, and all the people were destroyed. It will be just like that on the day the Son of Man is shown to the world. Suppose someone is on the roof of his house on that day, and suppose his goods are inside the house. He should not go down to get them. No one in the field should go back for anything either. Remember Lot's wife, who turned into salt after looking back. Anyone who tries to keep his life will lose it. Anyone who loses his life will keep it. I tell you, on that night, two people will be in one bed. The married one. One person will be taken and the other left. Two women will be grinding grain together. One will be taken and the other left. Where, Lord? His disciples asked. He replied, the vultures will gather where there is a dead body. Now, I read this scripture in order to reflect to our lives today. When I go back to the previous COVID-19 pandemic, coronavirus, you see the population were increasing. The number of people were multiplying. But suddenly, the number of people were decreasing. Now, this proves that it was a mild flood of humanity. So the number of people were reducing. Remember, Jesus said, it shall be like the day of Noah. You get the point? We have reached a time whereby people are happy, excitement, marriages is everywhere. You get the point? Now, the question is, we are in a trending world of HIV virus. It is spreading. What will happen when HIV-AIDS, the affected ones, are eliminated, are terminated? Is it a kind of flood? You get the point? So, when I look at the flood in the Bible, I look at the days of Lot, the cousin of Abraham, and I look at what we are going through today. I look at how COVID-19 coronavirus was eliminating humanity, was reducing the population. Now, for example, my country where I live, Uganda, the population of hike has gone up to 48 millions. What about the neighboring countries like South Sudan, Kenya, Democratic Republic of Congo, the East African countries, let me say the entire Africa? I go deep down to South Africa. What about the United States of America? What about the trending country going through the war, Ukraine and Russia? What about Europe? What about the Pope, the Italy, the Babylon, Rome? What is the trend of HIV numbers there? This is my questions. Don't you think it is another flood taking place in human blood vessels? What will happen if surprisingly the world says we are no longer giving out free ARVs? We are no longer supplying ARVs to nations. That's another flood. When you look at the Bible, the way I see it, I vision it, that's a flood. Leave alone the issues of politics. Leave alone the issues of tribes. Leave alone the issues of ethnics. Leave alone the issues of borders. First, leave alone all the issues of elections. Leave everything. What do you think about the population? If all the group I've talked about, the affected persons suffering the HIV virus, are terminated, are eliminated, is that a flood? I've given this as food for thought, reflecting to the Bible. Otherwise, thank you so much. May God bless you.